Hey guys, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World. Big bad storm coming, but we need it. It's a perfect time, if I'm quick, to get you a video about our flowers and herb beds. Because I don't really have a lot of time free anymore these days with business going on. And with all the tools put away before the rain, I got a few minutes, hopefully. So right here, we'll start right here. We've been working, Melanie's been working a lot, so have I, and Michelle. We've got here some eggplant. I love these little guys. They're so pretty. And we got some different things in here because rodents are trying to get all our food. And these lazy guys, whatever they see me around, they look for easy food. Melanie's got some flowers, and some are doing well. She's been picking away at it throughout the season and adding more and more, and some are quite beautiful. And there's more yet to come, of course. Even the wild, no, that's an imitation strawberry. Huh. Okay, it's a fake wild strawberry, but it's pretty, and it's still got things to bloom. And then here, our circular one is around the tree is just absolutely beautiful, full of green. There's mint, catmint, two different kinds of mint. There's catmint and this ground cover thing, which really took over and is really doing well. I'm going to pause a second. Up against the trailer, I've got my hyssop beds, which are about to bloom soon, and that's going to be nice. And then this is also going to bloom soon. It's got yellow flowers on it. And then I've got another type of mint I brought over from the cabin. Really tiny, short plants with little tiny little flowers on them. And that's mixing in with the hyssop. And we've got to clean this up. There's some more catmint and some chives, but they're sort of buried. Now over here is my berry beds. This was 2 years of fighting and battling nature and the elements and rodents and everything. And we've had a beautiful, quite a few quart harvest out of here. And it's getting time to get one more harvest through here before the season is over. Now these only bear fruit on second year canes. And every year the rabbits would come through and mow them down. So I've built up a fortress around this area with chicken wire and deer netting. And we have berries, finally, on second year canes. And then we've got next year's growth, which, if I keep the battle going and keep it up, all of this, look at it, it's just beautiful. This has been a dream of my life. All of this is black raspberries. I love them so much. And then my oregano has bushed out from 2 plants to a 5-foot by 8-foot strip. And it's starting to flower beautifully. Oregano loves this place right here. And then my Saskatoons, sadly the birds or something got it. That is a blueberry type 12-foot tall shrub tree thing. I got some lemon thyme in here. It's being overtaken by the oregano. And a lot of grass. We have to do a lot of work. Actually, I should show you. Well, I'll get there. But here's a lot of flowers. And then our strawberry beds, which struggle a lot. They do bear fruit, but they don't. No, they got another fruiting coming. If I can just get in there. There it is. So they bear fruit twice. This bed is not so good. We have to mulch it more because it's so dry and hot right here. But that's that patch. Now over here, I let the gardens go wild. And I let nature take over for the critters to forage in. And we've got these beautiful little purple wildflowers, and the pollinators are just loving them. This is loaded, loaded, loaded. There's hundreds of bees up in here. And that's why I did this. I believe that's a honeybee. It's just, I mean, there's 3 more right there, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, they're just thick in here. Just thick. And these smell so sweet. there's a perfume in the air around here. There's another little honeybee. And they are medicinal. I forgot what for and what they do. But all of this has been taken over by these little wildflowers. That was our old garden area. And I just let it grow. Because the pollinators, well, they need something to feast on. And I like it. Now over here, we're in my herb bed, an orchard. Here is a red raspberry patch that came up on its own when we first moved here 6-7 years ago. Oh, they're so good. There's some ripe ones I got to pick yet. Another harvest. We've already got a mess of these. Well, the girls devoured them. This came up on her own when we went and harvested, picked up and brought home soil, compost from a neighbor. We brought home 21 truckloads of compost, and this is where it had been dumped. And the berries grew, and I left it. And again, I fought for years, and I finally got, fought the battle and won enough to get the rabbits out and get them to grow and bear fruit for the first time ever this year. And again, I got second-year canes growing up for next year's fruit. You can see the last year's canes are bearing fruit this year, and they're dying off already as they're giving all their strength to the berries. And then the fresher green is going to be next year's harvest, which is even bigger. And they're spreading out. Now I'm going to come back to this one. There's my mulberry, which dies down to the ground but comes back. So I'm probably going to build a mini greenhouse around it. Here I'm taking back from nature. You can see I'm gaining ground more and more. And we've got some butterfly attractants here and another one there. They're also medicinal plants. Oh, I feel raindrops. Baby cat's catmint is starting to grow and flower beautifully. I'm very thankful for that. You can see it has grown a lot bigger already. And then I've got some lemon thyme here and here. Really nice smell. And there's a tiny, tiny little mint plant with a beautiful little flower coming up. It's starting to rain. And then I've got everywhere, I've staked them out so I don't walk on them yet. I've got thyme planted in the grass, and all over around here, I've got thyme planted in the grass. So when I walk through here, it'll give up a beautiful scent as I walk and scuff my feet through the area. I got a couple more in there and there. And eventually, I want to get that all growing in. I planted another mint. I don't know what kind it is. This was from a nursery that I paid $1 for, and it's very healthy. Mulched it good. And then over here, I had a mulberry which died, and it came back. It died, and I planted an apple, and it came back. Looks like I'm running out of time. There's thunder and lightning. I got another butterfly attracted right there, another medicinal as well. Some more apples. Oh, here's last year's one, and it's growing beautiful. And that's coneflower. All of this is edible and or medicinal. There's a lot of stuff in here. There's oreganos and thyme, and I put another thyme in over there, and there's a couple flowers. Tarragon, and even some curry, which made it through. Uh-oh, I might have to hit my shelter. It's coming in spurts. I want to show you my, whoa. This bed was from this year, and I've got some really beautiful mint type plants. There's an pineapple mint, and it's spreading out already. I'm trying to protect my phone. There's an apple tree. I might have to move it. Ooh, it's raining. I might have to continue this. Whoa, gotta protect my, whoa, it's windy, powerful and blasting rain. Woo, I got wet. There, it's lightening up a little. Well, before I got sopping wet there and I got distracted, I was turning to this one, and I started rushing myself. But some of you may remember here I've got some woolly thyme. That started with one tiny little pot a couple years ago. This is mother of thyme. I can't get the grass out. I keep weeding it and it keeps coming back. I showed you the baby cat's area. I've got some French tarragon there that a rodent clipped off. My roses are starting to grow. Those are from my grandma. She's no longer with us, so the roses are valuable. That's a big one. That's my biggest thyme plant, mother of thyme. And these are all sand cherries, which I try to eradicate. They do bear fruit, and they are edible, but they're highly sour, very dry, and there's a big pit in the middle. So this one has insects, so I'd eat it. There's some oregano struggling. I haven't figured out why. There's another oregano, which has also been struggling. And there's a little tiny woolly thyme, which I'm confused why, because just over here thyme grows beautiful, and over here it doesn't. And that's not grown at all in years. Now throughout, I've got various mint plants. See, here's one. And look, this is August, and they're still not even taller than my fingers. This is sad. This year has been brutal on nature. I've got a different kind of mint there. Again, maxing out at like 6 inches. 2 to 6 inches. Really sad. Over here there's some. And that's one, I forgot what, because they sort of spread into different areas. That one really spread out. This one is almost fully eradicated and only has a couple here, and one up in there. And the labels are gone. And there's another type of mint, but again, only less than 6 inches tall, even now. So mint has been struggling. Here's another type of mint that has cute little flowers coming on. And that's just taking over this little area. There's another woolly thyme, which is starting to finally grow. Up in through this area is not much, but nature has taken over. So this was my first herb bed. I put in a lemon thyme just today and sort of spread it out. Hopefully it'll grow and fill in this area. And there's another oregano, doing a little better, but not really spectacular. Now, I started turning to this one when I got wet. The pineapple mint is from this year, and it's spreading out really nice. I've got a tarragon, not French. I don't like the flavor as much, but it's there. I've got Philipendula, a medicinal type plant, some clover that grew on its own. Of course, you'll see lamb's quarters and amaranth that's growing on their own, which we will eat. There is I don't want to step on my little apple tree. There is a Speedwell veronica that is also medicinal. A mint type plant. Some more woolly thyme that I put in. And there's a rockcress arabis. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I've got 2 of them, also medicinal. I got some lovage, some hyssop that I transplanted today, and I hope it's going to be okay. Some more lemon thyme I put in today. Tiny little lavender that hasn't done a thing since I put it there, so I'm hoping. I've got this random mint that grew up in a pot, all on its own. Came out of nowhere. I don't know where it came from, so I put it in here today. There's that other rock cress. And this is, funny. I was just about to say the name and it slipped out of my mind. They grow huge. That one's small yet, and it's starting to flower. Oh, come on. Anyway, there's an herb. And there's some more thyme. So this one, and there's St. John's wort. So this one has got some growing variety of herbs. And then I've got I think it's a plum. It struggled with the winter, and I might have to wrap it this year. Here's my most beautiful. That's bee balm. That is so incredibly pretty. Just amazing, and the bees do love it. It's so pretty. We'll take a moment here and just enjoy that. That is so beautiful. That is a mint. That is a variety of mint, and I love it. That one is very happy here. And then I've got another mint here that is starting to really fill out. And that started with one tiny little piece that I brought from somewhere else and stuck it in the ground 2 years ago. And now look at it. It is doing well. And then I've got these ground cover plants that are flowering this year. Really pretty. I don't know. I get the idea from looking at it. They look like my rock cress. I wonder if they might have a medicinal value. You guys might be able to tell me. These are a flower that don't belong. You guys might be able to tell me and recognize that, maybe? And then the flowers of it. It's pretty though. And then there's yarrow. And then I have skullcap, another mint family of plants that I grew from seed that is going to flower here soon, really soon, and looking good. There's some of my time that I put in. No, there's a bed. Oh, there's an interesting lizard. If I can, nope, am I gonna get him? No, I lost him. There's lizards here with blue tails. I've never seen such a thing in my life, and they're hanging out here. Now this was all woolly time, and it got all killed off this winter because we didn't have enough snow in the beginning. So that's sad. Tiny little patch up there, but it's starting to fill in. This was another one of my healthiest batches. That was all full. My oregano got killed up there. But I've got a couple French, or I think there's a French tarragon and there's another type tarragon that I planted from seed. Lost the labels. Actually, they survived the winter on the ground in tiny little starter trays. So I gave them new life. There's some oregano going to flower. This one is very healthy. There's another one that didn't do as well, and my French tarragon. Besides my hyssop, the French tarragon is my favorite. And then in behind here, and there's an apple, and there's an apple, and there's an apple, and there's a Michelle, and there's an apple. Over here I've got catmint, really healthy, beautiful catmint here. This one just thickly bushes out and I love it. This one's very happy. And another mint, this is either peppermint or spearmint, but I forgot which. And it's starting to flower out nice. I love how they get all kinds of different flowering stalks. So that'll be beautiful. I'll probably do a review again once they come back. So here's a little overview of my garden. There's the biggest one. There's Michelle again, always there. There's an apple tree, the plum tree thing, apple tree, Saskatoon. I've got here some raspberries that the rabbits keep sneaking in and mowing down. Hopefully I can protect them this year. We'll see. And then all along, by the way, this is sweet fern, one of the most amazing smelling plants I've ever smelled. And that fights poison ivy. Anybody wants some, let me know. I sell them for $20 a plant, and I sell them quite well. So that's very good. There's another apple. There's another Michelle. She's everywhere. How can that be? So then here's the, that was my second big herb bed from last year. And then over here is the one apple and some more berries. Around every tree I try to get some berries growing. And everything's got its little fenced in areas and its little hills. But over here, Michelle and I today put in another herb bed. This was a sandhill. I don't even remember where the sand came from. But that was a sandhill, and Michelle and I put in some little heaps, mounds of soil, topsoil, and then we put in some various plants. This is a Shasta daisy, silver princess leucanthemum, and I've got another one of those mints that's, oh, it drooped down. And then I've got here, the label got knocked down somewhere. I'm gonna have to find the label to that one. That's another. That one and that one I believe are possibly also medicinal. I've got an oregano, hot and spicy, and a regular oregano, and a lemon thyme. So then we mulched it heavily. So I put little mounds of soil, put the pot in, mounted the soil up to the top level of the pot, and then heavily mulched. So that was a sand hill that I finally took care of and turned into an herb bed. And that'll fill out in a couple years. There's my ponds. Did he get out? Oh, there's another lizard. He likes hanging out here, and he does not mind us at all. I've talked to him, put my finger down. He doesn't care. He just looks at me. He's just chilling. Totally relaxed in there. He can come and go. We've had the blue-tailed lizards in these too, in these ponds. So, a little overview. There is the mulberry apple, and that one I started with. Apple, little herb hill, apple. My first herb bed, apple. I got various, there's mint and oreganos everywhere. The newest herb bed, last year's herb bed. I've got a couple apples down in there, little baby apples. There's an apple behind the one. And then apple, another beautiful herb bed. Another apple, apple, apple over here, and this one. So this is my peaceful place. And then there's a path I have going off through there. There's blueberries galore out in there, and my watchtower. And this is one half of the orchard slash herb garden that is fenced off from the other half. Then I've got winding pathways out to some other trees that are really struggling. I have to open this up more for that. Well, anyway, guys, there is my garden, my favorite place in the world out here. And that's where I put the baby cat. And that's a good note to end on. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't. Let me know what you think, guys. This is my favorite place. What about you? Do you like it? Yeah.